Alrighty, next game up here is the Colts and the Bills. In this game, this was probably, really the only game we were 100% wrong on. I didn't think the Colts would have any chance to win this game, but I give respect to the Colts on how they win the game. This is what we've wanted to see out of this Colts team. Run the ball and barely let Carson Wentz handle the ball, and that's exactly what happened. They got great turnovers by the Bills, and they just ran the ball, and they won because of the running game. So the Colts absolutely obliterate the Bills here, 41-15, and this is obviously not another not great to look for the Bills, losing against the Jags, beating the Jets. All right, everybody kind of forgot. All right, now they're a good team, and now they lose and get kind of blown out here by the Colts. 41-15. And once again, just the Bills doing classic Bills things, not running the ball at all. But before we get there, let's start here with the Colts since they got the win, so we'll give them the credit first. So here we go. Colts get the big ol' win, 41-15, and this is what we love seeing. Carson Wentz only throwing the ball 20 times, exactly what it should be. And it's not like Carson Wentz did anything good. He went 11 of 20, folks. That's barely 50%. It's going to be like 50. It might be 55%. 11 of 20. What do we get? 55% completion percentage. It's barely 50%, folks. It's once again, it's not Carson Wentz getting it done for this Colts team. It's the running game, which we've known right since week 1, right since Carson Wentz was floundering, getting two major playmakers the ball in Michael Pittman Jr. and T.Y. Hilton. And once again, we are still getting this 10, 11 weeks into the season. Carson Wentz can still not be good at throwing the ball to some great wide receivers out here, and you have a great elite running game that helps open up the passing game, and he's still not getting it done in the passing game. So I'm glad that the Colts held this man to only 20 throws. This is exactly what we want to see, and Jonathan Taylor got 32 carries. Yes, fantastic. 32 carries for 185 yards, 4 touchdowns. Holy, amazing out here by Jonathan Taylor. And now, congratulations, Jonathan Taylor. He is now officially the leading rusher in the NFL. It only took 3-4 games with the absence of Derrick Henry for him to finally overtake Derrick Henry as number 1 rusher in the NFL. So well done, Jonathan Taylor. Once again, just speaks to how great Derrick Henry is, folks. So Jonathan Taylor, 32 rushes for 185 yards, 4 touchdowns. Absolutely fantastic. Nyheim Hines got the ball 4 times for 31 yards, and Carson Wentz ran the ball twice for 18 yards. Deion Jackson ran the ball 6 times for 12 yards. So overall, Jonathan Taylor carrying the ball. All right, now Carson Wentz, who was he throwing to? Well, it was Jack Doyle, their tight end, leading receiver, 3 catches for 30 yards. Then we have T.Y. Hilton, 2 catches for 26 yards. Then we have Michael Pittman Jr., 2 catches for 23 yards. So your main receivers have a total of 4 catches for 49 yards, and you put up 41 points? Of course it's not Carson Wentz getting it done. Jonathan Taylor caught 3 balls for 19 yards and a touchdown as well. So Carson Wentz's one lone passing touchdown was to Jonathan Taylor. This is not a good passing football team. I'm still not buying this Colts team 100%. This Colts defense got it done, so I will definitely praise and shout out this Colts defense. I didn't think it was as good as it was last night, but it got the job done. So I'll take this Colts defense, and I'm definitely taking the Colts rushing game, obviously, over Carson Wentz in this Colts passing game, and we'll see how long that they can kind of go without having an elite passing game going down the back end of the season here, and seeing how high in the playoff standings that they can get. Still not buying them 100%, but this is exactly what we want to see moving forward. I would not let Carson Wentz throw the ball more than 20 times for the rest of the season. If this is what we can do with Carson Wentz throwing the ball 20 times, yes, this is what I want to do. I want to replicate this every single week. I don't care if the defense knows I'm going to rush it 32, 30 plus times. I don't care. I am going to win and die by this result. I do not want Carson Wentz with the ball in his hands. That's all it is. Alrighty, and then on the Bills side, a ton of turnovers. Turnovers being the main concern here. Also not rushing the ball. Let's just start here with the rushes because it's so, I don't even know. This is so ridiculous that they're still not rushing the ball. And I get you got down a little bit of down big bad. So, unfortunately you did have to abandon the running game. But, this isn't the reason why the Bills are not running the ball. We've seen the Bills not run the ball in close games, in low scoring games. They're just not doing it, and they still didn't do it last night. Matt Breida led the team in rushing, 5 rushes for 51 yards. Then it was Josh Allen, 2 rushes for 18 yards. Devin Singletary, 3 rushes for 17 yards. Zach Moss, 3 rushes for 5 yards. So you had 11 rushes in total. 11 rushes in total. Are you crazy? Jonathan Taylor had triple that one man himself. So the Bills have to get the rushing attack on point. The Bills also used Josh Allen in the kind of direct snap rushing game, which we've been really kind of asking for. We did a whole Wednesday film study segment on it. We want to see this Bills offense use Josh Allen in the running game with the play action in the designed quarterback runs off the right side, and they were doing that. But once again, they got down big bad early in this game and just kind of had to go to just throwing the ball. And that's unfortunately not what Josh Allen's game is even remotely. We cannot rely on Josh Allen to throw this ball 35, 40 plus times a game. That is not his game. Obviously, we are seeing that Josh Allen is not what he was last season. It was fantastic last season. It's not fantastic this season. He's turning the ball over. He's not scoring the ball consistently. He's leaving the door open for these teams to come in and win. And this Bills team is starting to lose against teams that really they should not be losing against. They shouldn't have lost to the Jags, and heading into this game, they really shouldn't have lost to the Colts, but here we are. So Josh Allen goes 21 of 35, 60% completion percentage, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He fumbled the ball once, didn't lose it. So overall, not a good performance by Josh Allen. They get down big. He throws an interception on their first drive. Now they're down 14-0. He goes down and makes it a 14-7 game. Okay, got right back into it. Colts are held to a field goal, making it 17-7. Once again, all right, we're still in it, but then we get the Isaiah McKenzie fumble on the kickoff, and the Colts go down and score a touchdown, making it 24-7, and then a missed field goal that was big. It was 57 yards right at the end of the first half. Another reason why it just was not working for the Bills. And then the Colts score first in the second half, making it 31-7. Josh Allen, another interception, making it 38-7, and that's the game at that point. So, yeah, I get it. You didn't have time to run the ball, but at some point, you're going to have a game where you just establish the run and start getting the running game going for this Buffalo Bills team, because they're definitely going to need it heading into the playoffs, because you can't rely on Josh Allen. He's shown he is not the Josh Allen of last year. Whether it's the crowd noise, whether it was just a one-hit wonder year, whatever it is, you've got to stop thinking of Josh Allen as the Josh Allen of last year. It is not it. Start figuring out other ways to move the ball, a la the running game, a la the running with Josh Allen in the play actions and the quarterback keepers and all that. Move the ball, run the ball. Don't turn the ball over, obviously. But the Bills get blown out here 41-15. All right, and then who was Josh Allen throwing the ball to? We had Dawson Knox, leading receiver, 6 catches for 80 yards. He's a tight end. And then the big old drop-off, Gabriel Davis, 2 catches, 27 yards. Emmanuel Sanders, 3 catches, 26 yards. Devin Singletary, 3 catches, 26 yards. Cole Beasley, 4 catches, 23 yards. Stephon Diggs, 4 catches, 23 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. And then Matt Breida, 1 catch for 16 yards. Unfortunately, not a good day by Buffalo. And it's truly unfortunate. I mean, Buffalo has had a ton of home games real early on in the season. So now in the back half of the season, when you're on the road a little bit more and you're still struggling, this is really not the predicament this Bills team wants to be in heading into this week. They've got the Saints. They play on Thursday. Is this in Buffalo as well? Is this another home game for Buffalo out here? Let me quickly take a look. We got the Bills this week. No, it's in New Orleans. So once again, these road trips are going to start to come and feel like, oh my God, we're on the road again this week. We're on the road again this week. We're on the road again this week. Yes, you've been at home the entire first 4 months of the season. Jeez. So Bills get absolutely blown out. We'll see how long this Colts team sticks to running the ball heavily. We've seen like 30-plus rushes here for Jonathan Taylor. We saw it last week as well. So hopefully Frank Reich is starting to understand, hey, we don't need Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is a game manager to us at this point. Like the Titans with Ryan Tannehill, our running game is the main factor. We just let Ryan Tannehill play game manager. Same thing with the Browns. Hey, Baker Mayfield's really not great when it's just him by himself. He needs Nick Chubb. He's kind of working without Kareem Hunt so far, so we give him credit. But this Colts team needs to turn into, like the Titans, like the Browns, great defense, let the running game do the talking, and let just Carson Wentz be the game manager. If they start doing that, I'll start buying the Colts. And so far, we've kind of got it this week. Started to get it a little bit last week. Jonathan Taylor had a lot of rushes, but Carson Wentz still had a little bit too many passes for our liking. This is what we want to see. 20 at the max. Very well done for the Colts, getting the win 41-15.